Back to Tiny Classrooms Live.
Hi there, the doctor here from Taos, New Mexico.
And I'm Artie Nathan here in Las Vegas. And our topic today is the reality of reopening.
Reality is a key word here, isn't it? It's going to be a surprise to a lot of people, and there's some things they really need to think about.
Yeah, it's right after the long holiday weekend here. And a lot of people have this attitude that enough is enough. It's time to go out. And as people start to move back into more normal activities, whether it's at home or at work, I think that there are some realities that all of us have to uh, acknowledge and agree to. Don't you think?
Yeah, I do. It's kind of like changing muscle memory from an old set of habits, the way we've always done it, to figuring out what the new muscle memory needs to be. That means planning uh, in a very detailed way, and then practicing and practicing it again to get it right.
Yeah. My daughter and son-in-law went out to dinner the other night.
Hmm.
My son-in-law said, "Look, we've been in long enough, 90 days, and let's go out and have dinner." And restaurants here had started to reopen, so they made a reservation,
Mhm.
and they showed up, and the people at the restaurant all had masks and
Uh-huh.
gloves. The customers, by and large, did not, and they were seated appropriately distanced from one another.
Mhm.
The waiter came up and went to hand them the menus and
Uh,
said, "Oh, wait a second.
yeah.
I've got to go wipe these off." And it's things like that, that old habits that we're used to doing that now we have to do in a different way.
That's right.
And as these companies start to reopen, they've got to come up with their plans. They've got to talk to their employees about the plans. They've got to practice the employees with the plans,
Mhm.
and then encourage and reinforce them to use the new practices.
And the new practices are not just for the protection of the customers and the employees, but also of reestablishing confidence and a sense of safety in going to a restaurant or going to a store or going back to your office.
Right. And there's a lot of places that are reopening, a lot of information on the internet about
Mhm. There
what
is.
people are doing. And I think that managers and leaders should check with their peers around their business
Right.
and see what their practices are. Read what the CDC is publishing
That's right.
and figure out how to do it. Bring all your people together, get their agreement, and then start to develop new muscle memory, as you say.
That's right. Not only get their agreement, but get their input. If you've got 30 employees in a restaurant, there's 30 bits of input and knowledge that should be collected together to create the plan. But by doing that, you're also building everyone into the plan, and they kind of own a piece of the burlap, don't they?
Yes, they do. And that's so important today. And I
Mhm.
think everybody is agreed that we're going to do things differently.
Yeah.
And as we go forward as a leader or as an individual at home or at work, pay attention, catch people doing things right,
That's right.
coach them when they need a little help, and help move this along.
That's right. Have some empathy and confidence that your family members or the folks that you work with will get it and are just as invested in doing this right as you are.
I'm sure, like me, Doc, you had people come over this past weekend for the holiday weekend, right?
Yeah, I did. Up here in Taos, we're now allowed, the state's allowing us to have as many as 10 people reasonably distanced. And we thought, well, let's be cool. We had two other couples over for dinner and good friends. And one of the husbands came into the house with his mask on and looking around. You could tell he was nervous. He hadn't been out of the house either, and he got all the way to the back of the house and back outside. And he looked around and he looked at us and he said, "Geez, I'm safe," and he took it off. But his first reaction was, "I'm nervous."
I think everybody's going to be a little different,
Yeah,
and we have to be allowing people to figure this out on their own.
that's exactly right. So that's it for today. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.